It's the Stack Attack Fantasy Podcast, your one-stop shop to dominate fantasy baseball and football. Come get some.
Yo, baby, yo, here we go. Let's start the show. It's the Stack Attack Fantasy Podcast. Live from central New Jersey and about 120 degrees on my back deck. Roasting in the moonlight, I guess. I'm your host, Jeff Trella. And with me, as always, my brother from another mother. It's Trader Andy. How you doing,
What's
bro?
up, man? What's going on? How we doing? Are you a little upset about being here and not in Jamaica?
No, I'm not actually. There's actually a backstory to it. There's several reasons why I'm here, and I might rant about one of them in a few minutes. But I ended up, because my passport didn't arrive on time, I ended up getting 2 vacations. So I'm home this week, and my boss let me rebook the trip 2 weeks for now. So I actually, I'm basically going to end up working about 10 days through the whole month of July. So I'm pretty excited about that overall. So it's nice to relax, and I get to spend some time focused on the fishbowl and being psychotic about the fishbowl instead of, being on the beach and just picking every 5 hours and praying that nobody gets mad at me. So what's up with you, man? You good?
Yeah, can't complain. I'm the baseball guy here, but I'm fired up about this football today and this week. It's exciting. It's only July too.
I'm not used to that, man. I'm not used to that. I'm used to this guy over here blowing up my phone with the football, and you still want to talk about I don't even know.
Byron Buxton. And
some Byron Buxton, some relief pitcher or something like that in the middle. But yo, Nick, what are you doing, man? How you feeling up there?
Feeling good. Fishbowl.
We talked about how your last couple hours were, so we know you're relaxing and chilling with us. So
I'm good. I got the new iPhone 12 Pro. I'm a happy man.
All right, cool. All right, so we always start off by taking a victory lap. We always want to start off positive. So, Nick, why don't you tell us what's going good in your life these days?
Well, good thing for me. Last year I had shoulder surgery, and yesterday 215 on the bench, so I'm back. Feels good.
Nice.
Feels very good to be back like that.
I think I sat on a bench and weighed 215. A little different. Same thing, but different result.
Yeah, I could definitely get more, but I just don't want to kill myself by myself in the house and the wife's not home.
Right.
Oh, nice. If you need a spot, I'm a quarter mile away.
Hey, you are actually. You lost power last night, and I didn't, which is surprising.
I didn't actually lose power. I had a generator on, but we would have lost power.
That was bad. It was like a Jersey Shore bar scene disco last night.
Actually, I'm worried that I'm gonna get made fun of for the AOL dial-up today, because we've been browning out like every 20 minutes.
You got the noise. That's it.
It's disgusting. So we'll see.
My father-in-law still paid for AOL up until I think a couple months ago, and my parents definitely did.
Oh, I haven't paid for it for decades, but I don't think I ever did.
All right, so you're not that
bad. Bro, and I'll tell you what, we're talking about AOL. The group chat in my fishbowl league, they're ripping me for that, man. I hear about it every couple hours.
Rightfully so.
It's horrible. Andy, take your lap, man. What's good?
Oh, obviously, the one thing I had that was going this week that was great was I actually have been doing some late night Twitter profiles, trying to pick out some players and everything. I picked out this guy from the White Sox, Jake Burger. And the day I said, I was like, stash him. He's going to be good. He's got big power. He's going to be playing second base and third base. And the next day he got called up and another 2 hits today. He's doing well. It's a great story because he actually had 2 like major surgeries where he tore his ACL, ruptured his ACL and stuff. It was bad. So I'm really happy for the guy. I've been on him for years, and it was a great timing for me. So
cool. Yeah, I actually wrote him up in the NFBC waiver article, and I got a lot of great feedback on that. So thanks for that tip, because I wrote him up because of you. All right,
no problem.
My victory lap's a personal one. We skipped Sunday last week because of the 4th of July. In my family, that's like the biggest day of the year. My mother's birthday is the day before, and we also used to celebrate my grandfather's birthday before he passed. But it was great spend some time with my family and my nieces and nephews. They were all there. That was great. We hadn't all been together in a very long time. I told you guys about my niece was pitching to me a couple of weeks ago, but my little nephew Bobby was pitching to me. Kid throws gas. I don't know where these guys get this arm from. So shout out to you, Bobby. Great job. He's probably going to be a professional gamer someday. So I don't know. Do you guys know that you could go to college on a gamer scholarship now?
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Like,
I
don't mean ridiculous in a bad way, but like, can you believe that's a thing? You could play video games and get a free ride.
I used to work for GameStop. Oh yeah.
So how come you didn't leverage that into a college degree?
I'm not that good. I'm not that good.
All right, guys. If you're going to take a victory lap, sometimes it ends in a crash and burn. So, Nick, what went wrong this week for you?
Good question. I'll get into it a little bit later. Man. Yeah, it's been a good week. I really don't have anything that crash and burn.
All right.
Can't complain yet. I'll ask my wife. She'll let me know what I crashed and burned on.
Yeah. Oh boy. She'll tell you what went wrong.
She'll tell me what I screwed up on this week. I forgot. Short-term memory.
All right, brother. What do you got?
Well, obviously it's a little touchy situation here, so I'll just say very brief.
Who stank up the bathroom this time?
No, my crash and burn is all the Trevor Bauer shares I have. That's it. Mic drop.
Yeah, I no longer have a crash and burn because that's all I had to say.
Stole your thunder.
And it kills me because I cannot. I am the biggest Trevor Bauer apologist south of Trevor Bauer, and I got to keep my mouth shut because I can't participate in this. This is a crazy situation.
Just happy the Mets didn't get him. Move on.
Yeah, I'm whatever. And our one dynasty league that we paid a good $1 to go in, he was our ace. We added Savale, who was on pace for a possible Cy Young season, which we'll talk about later, and another pitcher that got hurt, Kershaw. So it's like blow that team up, even though we just made a big trade. I don't know. All right, who's mad about something? Who wants to rant? Oh, all right. Nick, you could go first because yours are going to be quiet.
So what was it? Yesterday, 2 days ago, PFF came out saying the worst Jets draft pick since 2006. Take a guess. Who's the worst Jets draft pick since 2006?
Vernon Gholston.
Vernon Gholston. That's what I would say.
I saw it, so I'm not going to ruin it with a guess.
Yeah. So PFF made Mark Sanchez the worst Jets draft pick since 2006. Not Vernon Gholston, not Christian Hackenberg, not Dee Milliner, none of them. Mark Sanchez, who won 4 playoff games, has more playoff wins than Tony Romo. He has beaten Peyton Manning, Tom Brady back-to-back weeks in the playoffs on the road. He's the worst. I don't care if he completely butt-fumbled his way out of there. That man gave us 2 back-to-back AFC Championship games. That is not the worst draft pick of all time. It's at least since 06. I can name numerous since then. Kellen Clemens was a draft pick in 2006. Like I said, Dee Milliner, Geno Smith. I can keep going. Awful, awful take. But they got their clicks on that one.
All right. Macadocious, man. What do you got?
Well, mine's a personal one. And I know, Jeff, you can relate. I lose a lot of I have a lot of anger issues at times. And I I have some road rage at times, and I lose my mind sometimes. And one of the things is, I hate when people are next to me. I commute like 110 miles each day, and people are next to me, swerving at me, texting on the phone. I know you had an issue when, that girl hit you head on and everything. That was crazy. So, it drives me nuts. But this week has hit a different level where I saw 5 morons set up with their FaceTime while they're driving, and I just want to choke somebody out like Trevor Bauer. Like, ugh!
Oh, that wasn't funny, man. That was uncalled for.
That's all I gotta say.
That was uncalled for.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear me go nuts about the my passport situation, or just keep it moving and get to the fishbowl?
Fishbowl.
Yeah.
Fishbowl.
but my wife wants me to rant because she thinks it's funny when I look like I'm gonna have a heart attack and whatever, and I look like the guy from the Bears and all that. But I can't do it right now, man. We're already 10 minutes in. Let's talk some football. All right. So we got the Scott Fish Bowl. Oh, somebody wants a rant. I'll get to my rant later on. Okay. Maybe at the end we'll do it. All right. So we're in the Scott Fish Bowl. Andy, you're actually the furthest along. So let's start with your team and let's break it down. I'm trying to pull your team up here, but it's a little bit slow. So I might be counting on you. So talk us through, man. Let's talk. We're all from the 10 spot. So that's an important piece of information.
And I'm in the Tribe Called Quest league. Great group of guys. We're actually going to put a little something together to talk on this pod in the future times, like how we did after the draft and everything. So as obviously we all went out of the 10th spot. I started off. I wanted to go QB, but it didn't happen that way. So I went with Russell Wilson with my first pick. Second pick, I think I stole Kamara in the second slot. And then the third spot, which most of you guys didn't have available, is I took Joe Burrow on the third round reversal. So I'm sitting there with two QBs, one running back. The other running backs, I went with J.K. Dobbins and David Montgomery after that. So I was sitting pretty with two QBs, three running backs. My goal was to fade the wide receiver spot as long as I can because I thought it was deep. And then, I got two tight ends. I got Jonnu Smith and Mike Gesicki. And then the wide receivers I got are Cooper Kupp, Chase Claypool, who I went a little higher to get because that was my boy and I had to get him. And a lot of people in the league said I sniped him, so it was good that I took him when I did. And then Corey Davis, and the last one was Henry Ruggs. And the fourth running back I got is Michael Carter from the Jets. I know Nick liked that pick. Mm-hmm. So,
So let's talk this through. We'll start with the top of the draft. So you took Russ Wilson. Me and you were on the same page with that. Was he your first choice, or was that a settle? I know that our whole plan, we all wanted to go QB, and it didn't really happen for us. So what was your first choice? What was your dream scenario at 10?
Dak Prescott, obviously.
I think it was for all of
us. Yeah. If I had the choice between Herbert and Russell Wilson, I was going to take Russell Wilson. I mean, obviously you're on the same boat with me. Nick went the opposite way, which is fine. Both guys are good, but I just like Russell a little better. Okay,
and then the second round, you went with Kamara. That was pretty easy pick. I think you had a decision between him and somebody else, right?
I was between Jonathan Taylor, but
okay.
I'm not really worried about the quarterback selection with Drew Brees, being a negative. I think he'll still be able to dominate like he has.
Okay, great. So the rest of your running back room, your next one was J.K. Dobbins, right? Or was he your third?
He was my second running back taken. The third was Dave Montgomery, and I got Michael Carter.
Okay, real nice. I actually that was an important build for me. I wanted to have 4 running backs by the 10th round, and I actually failed. I think I'm in the 9th round right now, so I still could do it if I get a running back next. But my intention was to take running backs as early as I can. But one of the things too is this is only a half-point PPR, so it kind of makes things a little bit more where touchdowns are much more prevalent, and people don't really think about that. They look for the nuance in the scoring system a little bit too much, where they say, oh, the half point extra for the tight end or the half point for the first down or whatever. Well, why don't you focus on what's not there, right? You're taking away a half a point from a normal PPR. That makes the touchdown a little bit more important, right? So that's kind of why I wanted to go with a little bit more of a running back heavy build. Not only just that, but also how skank running back gets really fast. There's some good sleepers down there, but they're not anybody that you want to count on to start all the time. So I really like your build there with 4 running backs. You got 2 quarterbacks early. I'm jealous of Burrow. I couldn't get him. You got a good start with wide receiver. We're going to trust the depth on that a little bit. You're probably going to have some decisions on a week-to-week basis, I'd say. And, add some more tight ends.
And tight ends, I like both my tight ends. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Nick, you have any criticism or praise for Andy before we go to my team?
I like
cleanup.
Yeah, I like the build. I like the late running backs. I love Michael Carter. I think he's got a potential to be at least a flex play, good bye week fill in. I like the build. No wide receiver, late tight end. I seem pretty much the theme of all of us.
I was actually going to go tight end a little earlier, and you guys told me to wait, and I did, and it actually paid off.
Mm-hmm. I was in the same boat.
Well, I like your build better now that you added Jonnu, because I as a Dolphin fan, I'm not a big Gesicki guy, but I like that you got both of them, because it kind of covers you on that. When you're not necessarily, in my opinion, Jonnu is going to be a better play on a week-to-week basis than Gesicki will. And now that you made Gesicki a flex, I like the pick a lot more. I'm just concerned because the way that the new Dolphins offense is going to be, Waddle is going to be the slot receiver basically 100% of the time. I mean, he may move around a little bit. I'm not privy to that information at this point, but I really feel he's going to replace Gesicki in that spot. So, Jonnu is my guy. I think we're all in on him now, right?
Definitely.
I took Jonnu in the 8th round, and it felt a little skanky. I was I felt dirty about myself. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, because that round, Higbee and Gesicki both went, and that was where I valued the two of them. And I'm like, oh, I wanted Jonnu as my number 2, not really my number 1, because I want to sneak up on people with them. But I felt good, because after I took him, my group chat roasted me because I'm their whipping boy apparently. And then Scott Fish, who picks 2 spots after me, actually said he was going to take him on the turn, so I would have lost out on him. So I feel good about that. So Andy, great job, man. I love your team. I think you're off to an awesome start. Obviously, I'd like to see you defend those quarterbacks with a third quarterback. I know that's something that you normally do.
Yep.
But keep building it. Get that wide receiver depth. It's the same thing I talk about in baseball, man. If you don't have aces starting pitching, just get a lot of them and stream it.
Yep.
And that's what you're doing with your wide receivers. Wide receivers are like starting pitchers, if you ask me. So cool, man. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Nick. I'm going to ask you to break down my team, because I have some opinions about it, but
I'm all ears.
I don't know if they're all positive.
Let's go.
All right. So at the 10th pick, I went with Russell Wilson. Like Andy said, my original my dream scenario would be Dak 1, Russell 2, and then build from there. But Dak went, I think, 104 in my league. So I ended up taking Russ Wilson. I just love the efficiency in this. He was the number 6 overall scorer in this format last year. So I'm banking on that to continue. A lot of the criticism on Russ too is the consistency, because there was a lot of peaks and valleys with him last year, and I'm just praying that levels out. So 203, there's nothing you could say. I got Derrick Henry. He's my guy. Perfect fit. 303 was the first time I really had to make a decision. I was pressing for Stafford. That was the guy I wanted. He was not available to me. I considered Trevor Lawrence, and I let him go, and I took Aaron Jones. Okay. Now let's consider that I went for Tua in the 4th, which is a little bit of a reach, but where I viewed him and staying true to my board, not the ADP. Nick, what do you think about that? Aaron Jones instead of Trevor Lawrence, and then taking Tua to replace him.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to gauge, because we talked about this, and I'll break it down. I took Trevor Lawrence at 410 at my spot, and you lost him before your 410 spot.
Right.
But I do like the fact that you got Jones and the Henry build there. Tua's your guy. You like Tua. You're all in on him. Hey, that's like you just said, throw out the ADP boards and go with your guys, because 2-3 months into the season, nobody's going to be looking at July ADPs. They're going to be looking at points. And that's the thing, too, when you talk about Russell. Scott Fishbowl, and I'll talk about it with my pick of Lockett. Scott Fishbowl is also points. You get a division winner, and you get a points leader that gets the bye. Last year, Tyler Lockett had a 50-point game. That extremely boosted my numbers. So you get Russell, even if he's inconsistent, he's still going to get you those points.
Yeah, awesome take. Awesome take. No, that's very little spoken about, man. Good point. I love it. All right, at 503 was easy for me. I filled my running back room. My goal was to have 3 guys that I considered a running back one, and I did that. Dobbins is a back end for me. I think his final tally, he'll be between RB10 and RB14, somewhere in that range. So, with the word out of Baltimore camp saying that they're making a priority to throw to the running back, with how good he was in college in the run pass option, I just think he's poised for a huge breakout. Second half of the season last year, he was insane. So I think there's some teams that I got a better running back 3 than they got a better running back than they have a running back 1. So I feel I got a lot of leverage there, but it fell apart on me a little bit because I never got that running back 4 that I wanted to. I was hoping to pull in Mike Davis with my next pick, and I missed him by one spot. Hope took it, and it absolutely broke my heart and made me pivot to wide receiver. And this is where things kind of fell apart for me. So I took Godwin at 6'10". I had considered Goddard there. He ended up getting picked on the turn. I considered Mike Evans. He made it through the turn. I considered Julio, ATN. They all got taken out of my grasp at that point. ATN, I was not nearly as high as I am as Mike Davis, just because of the timeshare, Mike Davis being by himself. So I thought maybe I could sneak ATN through, and I would take him with my second pick and grab a wide receiver, or take the tight end that I was highest on there, but I got Snipe City. So I ended up coming out of that with Godwin, where I was in a coin flip between Godwin and Evans. I really didn't have an opinion either way, and Evans made it through the turn. So I could have taken ATN. I could have taken Goddard, which would have built my team the way I wanted to a little bit better. So I kind of unraveled at that point. 7th round, I went with Cooper Kupp. Again, it was the same thing. It was I wanted to take Trey Sermon, but I didn't. I thought I'd let it slip another round, and I got bit. So it didn't work out for me. And then I ended up at 8 with Jonnu. And then just a few minutes ago, I took Juju Smith-Schuster as my wide receiver 3. So I'm a little behind where I wanted to be on running back. I'm okay with tight end. I'm confident in my quarterbacks. Ahead on wide receiver, I had more than I wanted. I only wanted to have 2 at this point. So Nick, what do you want to rip me about? I'm looking at Russ and Tua, Henry, Dobbins and Jones, Godwin and Kupp, and Juju, and then Jonnu right now is my only tight end. But I got some in my pocket.
Yeah, we have the same strategy with the tight ends. I mean, I don't have a tight end yet, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But Dobbins scares me a little bit because of the Gus Edwards factor, but I think Dobbins is going to be a very good if you have a potential back-end RB1, like you mentioned. Juju's on a contract year. He's not going back to Pittsburgh next year, I don't think. He only came back because of familiarity and get a bigger payday next year. Right. Kupp, I wanted personally too. I want a part of that offense. I just missed him. Actually, the guy at my turn took Stafford, Woods, and Kupp. So I missed out on them.
Really?
But, yeah, he took them. He took the whole stack.
You're playing DFS in a season-long game, huh?
So, yeah, no, and I think with Godwin too. You took Godwin, correct? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, Godwin is Tom Brady. I mean, that's the end of message. I think your team's very, very well. Definitely get that extra running back and another tight end in there. And you don't have a quarterback 3?
No, and it's not a big priority for me. I may not do it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have.
We'll see what happens. I got one guy, and I know somebody from my league is watching. I see their name on the side, so I'm not gonna say it yet. Yeah. But I do have one QB that I like. It may be about round 12 that I'm
okay.
I'm
there's still some good valuable guys out there. Because my thing is, I don't want to be spending all my money on a quarterback or anything like that come the regular season because they're gonna go skyrocketing.
Right.
But no, I think very well built. Just get that quarterback, another tight end, get some security there, and add to the running back room.
Right. So Nick, you don't have Jonnu Smith, but me and Andy do. There's a question in the chat which is very interesting. Are we worried about Hunter Henry with Jonnu Smith?
No.
They're completely different players.
Look at Bill Belichick did with Hernandez and Gronk. They both had equal value. I'm not equal value, but they both had great value. They were
It was
getting their
pretty
own
equal,
fantasy.
man. They were both top 5.
They're going to have their own value. They're going to be very safe plays. I think Jonnu, they gave $50 million day one. I think that says everything what they think about him.
He's going to be spread out wide too. Henry's going to be on the line. They're using him. He's a tight end, but he's going to be, creating bad matchups in the slot, and he's going to, destroy the linebackers. I think he's going to be their top receiver. I do.
Especially when they go to the rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterback's going to find their safety blanket.
Yep.
That's Jonnu.
Nick, I actually, there was a bit of news out of New England yesterday. N'Keal Harry asked for a trade, right?
Yeah.
And my interpretation of that was like Jonnu through the roof. That just showed me that this guy's reading the playbook and he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like he's a part of it.
No, I mean, look at all the signs they made. They got Bourne. They have the 2 tight ends. I believe they signed Aguilar too.
No, but they're going all in on Jacoby Myers, man.
That's it. Yeah, they're.
It's the word on the street is that that Cam Newton's workout partners is Jacoby Myers and Jonnu. So that made me feel good. They've been working on their chemistry all winter. So
yeah, Bill's going to start Cam day one. He's not starting a rookie.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a two tight end set all the time, and this isn't going to be an issue.
No, not at all.
N'Keal Harry had 75 targets in 2 years. He's not in the playbook. Trust me.
He's a bust. The Patriots draft horribly, and he's just a bust.
I saw something funny. Somebody on Twitter. I wish I could remember who it was. It said N'Keal Harry asks for a trade, and they're like, "Sorry, best we could do is waivers." I mean, he's got no value. Who's this guy to ask for a trade? Come on. All right, Nick, let's work on your team, man.
All right.
Bring us through it, football guy.
Yeah, so like you guys, my dream start was QB. It was crushed. We were on the 8th pick, and Josh Allen and Dak Prescott were still there, so I was getting extremely excited, and they both went right in front of me.
As they
so I stuck with I went different. I went with Herbert at 10. I like Herbert this year. I love that offense. I think they're going to explode. You got Joe Lombardi coming over, who was the Saints offensive coach. I think he's going to implement a good offense there. On the swing, I was between Jonathan Taylor and Saquon. I just think the Giants are going to ease Saquon in, and they're not going to give him the full carries right away. And you got to have a hot start here. So I took Jonathan Taylor. 303, the third round reversal. My favorite pick is Austin Eckler. I know I have Herbert, but I want a part of that offense. Lombardi's coming over. If he puts Eckler in that Kamara role, forget it. He's going to skyrocket. After that, went Trevor Lawrence. I sweat that one out. He fell all the way back to me at the 4th round, so gladly took Trevor.
I'll tell you what, I was sketchy on you taking Eckler at that spot. It just felt a little reachy to me, and I felt like you were about to blow up your build. But once you put Lawrence on your team, I'm like, oh my God, he was genius to take Eckler.
Well, Eckler's going through the roof right now, redraft wise.
Yeah, he's like a 7 ADP at this point, I think.
Yeah, he's a first rounder at this point. I mean, by the time August hits, he's a first round pick.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you got 2 QBs, 2 star running backs through the first 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then from there, swing came, and looking at a running back board, debated a receiver, and I ended up going Chris Carson. I like Carson. I think if he stays healthy, he's a very good back. Russell is going to hand it off to him. Hopefully, we'll see. But I think Carson's a very good play there if he stays healthy. If is key word. From there, I went to receivers. I went Mike Evans and Tyler Lockett. I talked about it earlier. Tyler Lockett, it's points. He has the blow-up weeks. He has the 0 weeks. But Shoddy's fired. It's a new offense coming in. And Lockett's already talked about how it's a balanced offense. So maybe he gets his touches. Maybe he gets his looks. Hey, I'll take it if he gets his points in there. And then my big value right there, I need a QB3 because I forgot Herbert and Lawrence had the same bye week. I wanted Fields. He was gone. And Trey Lance just kept slipping. And I got him in the 8th round. Not sure if he's going to start right away, but if I can get him by week 7, he's got league winning upside. So took Trey Lance there.
And that was what round?
Round 8.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, you took him at round 8. In my draft, Scott Fish took him at the 4 or 5 turn. He took him and Fields 4 or 5 turn.
Yeah, round 8 alone. We
YOLO.
had Fields, Goff, Fitzpatrick, Darnold, Lance, Wilson. We had 6 quarterbacks go that round, actually. So Sam Darnold was actually picked ahead of Lance and Zach Wilson.
That's interesting.
So then my last pick of the day, because I'm on deck right now, but my last pick I wanted Fant. He was sniped, so I ended up going Trey Sermon, round 9. 49ers Athletic Beat came out and said they're going to run the ball 500 times this year, and he was getting first team carries at OTAs last month. So clearly I have a role for him. And if we look at last year, you had Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman. They all had value in that offense, and Sermon's gonna be the same thing.
You're not really going to pick again tonight, though. So
no, the dude's from England. He's asleep, so I get to debate. He's not going to watch it. He's not going to watch this when he wakes up. So I'm back and forth between a couple players here.
So say it.
I need a tight end, so we'll see what he picks.
Jonnu.
Thinking. Well, we have Jonnu, we have Logan Thomas, and Tanya are all on the board right now.
The last time that we needed a specialty player in a national tournament, we all took Aroldis Chapman, and that went beautiful. So let's make it a triumvirate, man, and let's get Jonnu.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Logan Thomas, Robert Tonyan still on the board.
Yeah.
You take Jonnu.
I have a lot of problem with Logan Thomas this year, man, and I loved him last year, especially in DFS. My concern with him, Fitzpatrick is not a check down guy, man. He looks for read 1, he looks for read 2, and he stays on read 2 and then throws to which one he thinks will be open. If they're not open, he stays there.
They ripped his helmet off last year, and he still threw it up in the air.
Exactly. He's not looking to no tight end third option. It's not going to happen. Like you're looking at like a 70-75 target season for him. It's not going to be good.
They added a lot of weapons too.
Yep. Curtis Samuel is just so valuable all over the field, man. He could do so much. He's gonna take all that short intermediate stuff.
Well, they got Curtis Samuel, Diami Brown. I mean, they added all that on top of Terry McLaurin. I mean, you're looking at 2-3 receivers ahead of Logan Thomas. I mean, Jonnu Smith, who's ahead of him.
Yeah. I'm urging you to stay away from him, please. But
and then you got Tanya.
If you pull the trigger, I'll be okay with it. I only get mad at Andy when he picks people I don't like.
Well, then you get Tanya. I was going to say Robert Tonyan, but Aaron Rodgers is saying we'll see.
That's scary.
So
he's actually still on the board in my league.
Wow.
And we have, I think, 14 tight ends off the board through 8 rounds. Way up there because Fish made it known that he wants tight ends as many as he can because he made the scoring system.
Yeah.
So everybody's pushing the tight ends up and everything, and it's going to get ugly. It's going to be bad. We're going to have 20 drafted in the first 10, 12 rounds. But
yeah. Oh, 100%.
Tunion's still there, man. I don't know what to do about that.
I don't know.
I mean, there's got to be a point. There's a point of value where it's like that's the other thing. That's one of the reasons why I took Aaron Jones because the word is that Jordan Love is captain check down. Like he can't throw the ball on the first 2 reads.
See, I think Rodgers plays. I think he's going to be stubborn. He's going to show up day 1.
Yeah.
But that scares me because I don't want to take Tanya in here and now all of a sudden have a rookie, a second-year quarterback. I think we all are in agreement. Jonnu is a very safe pick. Come 3, 4, 5 months from now, I think we can look back at it and say Jonnu was a top 10 tight end.
I gotta believe that. So you just mentioned Aaron Rodgers. You're saying that he's going to do the Conor McGregor swag walk in on day 1 and just come in behind center, and that might happen.
Look at Brett Favre did it.
So I want to ask you, Nick, and Andy, your opinion too. Deshaun Watson, what do we do with him? Did either of you see him get drafted yet? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
He's gone in both your leagues?
Yeah, he was just taken.
Round 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So there he's being drafted as a 3rd quarterback then probably.
Yeah,
right?
but let's look at it on the flip side. If none of these accusations came out, if Deshaun Watson was 100% playing in Houston, we're talking him in this 1, 2, 3 range. So if for some reason
Yeah, but he said he didn't want to play for them.
I'm just saying, take that out and put it in a total.
So take out the fact that he sexually assaulted dozens of women and is investigated by the police, the FBI, and the NFL.
Well,
take out the fact that he said, I'm not playing for this team.
What I'm saying is if he did play, he would have a 1, 2, or 3 value, but I threw him out the window.
Okay,
I'm not touching him. I'm not touching him. If he does play somehow, some way, round 10's a great value. I'm not touching him. Principal point, I just can't do it.
Watson went 9-9 in my league. My buddy Mitch took him 9-9.
Okay. And do you remember, Andy, does he have 2 quarterbacks?
I think he does. I think he already had 2. So I'd have to check, but yeah. It's a third guy.
All right. Nick, what else on football you got for me, man? Any other pieces? Anything on your team you want to talk about, or any other notes?
No, we're moving along in the fishbowl. We are almost halfway done. You and me are at least almost halfway done. Andy's flying.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll be picking first thing probably like 4 or 5 in the morning when I wake up when England decides to pick. He's all excited because England won today, I guess.
So excited.
Oh, they won? I don't know.
Yeah, they won today, so he was hammered. So I was really hoping he made his pick before he passed out drunk. But didn't happen. I was hoping to see a kicker go, but didn't occur.
Yo, somebody took a kicker 110. You saw
that?
One?
Well, it was a donation. It was a good
donation one. Yeah.
It was for a good cause.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, cool. But you could just make the donation and not screw up the rest of the league.
Hey, he's living up to his word.
That's the thing. No, but see, I have a problem with that. I do. I know it was a good cause, but this is a league with an overall championship, and you're just giving everybody in your league leverage over me, and I have nothing to do with it, right? I'm not in your league. I'm not in your division. And your whole league, the other 11 members, all got 1 spot of ADP value on every pick that they're going to make for the next 15 rounds. So I don't know. Just make the donation and be on with it, right? Cool. All right, Nick, 2 rookie running backs. One's on your team. One's not. We wanted one of them, but he got bumped up big time. And I think we got fleeced over by all the mocks we were doing that we were seeing him go in the 9th, 10th round. Javonte Williams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I think we're seeing him go in the 5th or 6th round in the fishbowl for the most part.
Yep.
I think is warranted. The word is that from the beat in Denver is he's expected to carry the load.
Oh, 100%.
Where do you think this guy will be by the time we get to September 1st in drafts?
By September 1st for drafts, 4th, top 5 round pick.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a high end RB2 by the time we get there. He'll be like 15th, 16th overall.
I think you're going to see him up there. I think you're going to see Trey Sermon in the same category too.
Yeah, that was the other guy I wanted to talk about. They said they want to run the ball 500 times.
500 times.
Right. They ran it about 400 last year, but
and
they just added a mobile quarterback.
And Raheem Mostert is one of the most injury-prone players in the NFL.
Right.
So
even in a 50-50 timeshare, right? And let's say that Trey Lance carries the ball 80 times, which is a lot for a quarterback, and he may not even play from day one. We don't know yet. So you're looking at 420 to split between the other two. Even if Sermon is on the low end of that, maybe a 60-40 split, and Mostert is healthy the whole season, you're looking at 180 to 200 carries plus his targets.
Mm-hmm.
That's damn good, man. That's damn good for 8th round value in this format. That's amazing. I'm kicking myself. I shouldn't have taken freaking Godwin. I should have taken Sermon. My man Dustin that picked him up. I was lamenting this pick for about 2 hours.
He's my RB4.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. You guys both executed the 4 RB strategy I wanted to, and I didn't. And there's that one guy that is the bottom line, last guy I consider. He's still on the board, and now I'm going to have to sweat the next 17 picks till I pick again to see if I get him.
Just don't look.
And then when he gets there, I'm going to play chicken and think I could get him on the turn and not do it, and then pissed.
Yep, sounds about right.
That's how it goes. All right, let's wrap up football and move on to baseball because Andy's in the house, and That's what we usually do for the second half of the show, right? It's almost the All-Star break. We're getting there. We usually lead off baseball with injuries, and this week didn't disappoint. Andy, you got anything for me on the injury front?
Yeah, we got a couple guys who got hurt this week. Probably two big ones. I mean, the White Sox just got crushed again. Grandal tore his a ligament in his knee, and he's going to be out probably almost 2 months now. They just keep on getting hit with injuries, and it's been a rough year for them overall. Kershaw as well. He has inflammation in his forearm. He's going to be out.
That's scary.
Yeah, because you know where that usually leads to. But you're looking.
I hate hearing forearm, man. Elbow, I'm okay with. Forearm scares me. It always ends up on Tommy John.
I mean, they have depth and everything, but he's having a good year. I really wasn't really into him this year, and Jeff's like, well, guy, I just feel he feels like he's like 38, 39 years old. He's only just turned 33, and Jeff let me jump in on him, so I took him in a couple leagues, and he's been good up till now.
That one dynasty league that we're in, the one that James Anderson's in with us, one of the categories in that, it's a 6x6, is K to walk ratio, and this man doesn't walk anybody.
Yeah,
he's got like David Wells, so he's a star in that.
Yeah, he's a 098.
That's why I pounded the table for him in that league.
Definitely. And then the other one's a minor one is Albies. He has a problem with his neck. Probably looking at all the home runs he hit against the Mets this week, and when they scored 20 runs. But I mean, he's having a great year. He's going to be back in a week or two, but he's on pace for close to 30-30 season, 15 homers, 13 stolen bases. He's they got him at a steal with his extension too, so that was good. But so those are the only big key injuries this week.
I have another injury that kind of broke my heart because he's somebody I was stashing in a lot of places. It's Trevor Rosenthal.
Oh, God, that's great.
They shut him down for the year. He's got to have a second surgery now, and it's just ugly, man. I didn't even care about the saves. I was just waiting for him to come back because of that K per 9. And this year, it's just like pitching there's just such attrition with it. Everybody's injured. Relievers are huge gold, and I had picked him up in a league for $1, and I was stashing. We had him in our AL only keeper league, and he ended up being a 0 for us. But that one hurt. Yeah. All right, Andy, I have a couple of rookies that I'm excited about. One of them I got from you. One is I've been pounding the table for a while. So I still have in my TGFBI league, and I'm in second place in my league, and I'm about 30th overall. And the thing that I need the most is stolen bases, right? I got, let's say, $370 in FAB. My league is a little bit conservative spending with FAB.
Okay.
So your guy, Duran, and my guy, Brujan, who came up today, do I go all in on Brujan? Like literally like over $300 in my $350 remaining? Or do I go conservative hoping I could get both? Stolen bases I'm way behind, especially at second base though with Brujan because I lost Madrigal. He was my only second baseman.
Well, I think that you can, you're saying that it's, people are a little easy with the FAB. So maybe just try to get both of them, maybe put, if you're trying to spend, maybe spend $250 and like 60 or something like that.
So you think I should spend, I should drop like $250 now and then when Duran comes, just totally shoot the load on whatever's left.
I mean, what's the highest player went this year on FAB?
I don't remember, man. I don't remember. It was it was the Pinto. What's his name? That's down in the minors.
Oh, Yerman.
Yeah, he went for like I want to say over $300.
That's horrible.
Yeah, but there's a difference when you get the whole season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say at least 50% of your FAB.
Right. Do you think I'm going more? I think.
Okay.
Do you think Brujan's up for the year?
I think he is. He can play all three outfield positions. He's going to play second, third, short. He actually this year he's at a career high level with his launch angle, hitting home runs. He has 9 home runs already, and that's the most he's ever hit in any season. So he already has 9 home runs. He had like 15 stolen bases in the Myers. I think he had like 55 last year, the year before, and here he stole a base in his first day in the majors yesterday. So I think it's worth it. I think he'll be worth it.
Okay. How do you feel about his hit tool?
It's awesome. They're 55, 60 on an 80 scale. He's definitely puts the ball in play, and he uses his legs.
All right. We'll see what I'm going to do. My article on Sunday for the NFBC waivers is obviously going to be a hurrah because I mentioned Bruján every single week in that article. So if anybody in my league is reading it, I'm in trouble. But
so the first part of this week, I was telling you when you asked me you needed steals, I told you Duran, and you told me no, he's not going to be up this year, and you were adamant about arguing with that. And then after he didn't make the USA team,
right,
it showed that, you know what, this guy's not going to be going somewhere to play for our country. He's going to be playing for Boston. So I think he's going to be up soon.
Yeah, that looks like the Red Sox requested that he not be included. So I think you're right.
And he's got 15 home runs, 10 stolen bases, 287 average. He's getting on base 36% of the time. He's going to strike out a whole lot of times, but
I don't care about batting average, bro. I'm in like third place in batting average. So
the counting stats, he's going to hit bombs and he's going to steal bases.
All right. I need them both. All right. So we're looking at 275 and then pray that I have enough couple bucks for Duran afterwards. All right, Nick, I'm going to wake you up because we're going to talk about a couple of Yankees maybe.
Yeah, we actually thought you were sleeping over there. I actually just got a text message saying, "Is Nick sleeping?" I'm like, "No, he's multitasking. He's probably looking at what kicker he's going to take."
Well, I was awake last night till about midnight with the freaking strobe light show outside, expecting our power to get shut off, and then I was up at 4 a.m. for work. So
nice.
We're getting there.
Nice,
and it's hot.
All right, so we want to talk about the American League Cy Young.
All right.
And I'm curious, like I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I think it's disgusting at this point what's going on in the American League with the pitching. And
yep,
it's a sticky situation.
What do you think, Nick? Who's your pick?
So before the sticky situations occurred, it was clearly Garrett Cole. I got to go Lance Lynn. Yeah. I think right now his stat line is incredible. He got the win today. He's got a sub-2 ERA. About 100 strikeouts. I think he's the guy right now. Right.
I hear you. Let's talk about Garrett Cole real quick because now, if you just looked at the numbers right now, I would still give the award to Garrett Cole.
Yeah, but have you seen the numbers from June 3rd?
Yes, he's given up 20 earned runs in like 30 innings.
So from April 1st to June 2nd, his ERA was 1.78. From June 3rd to July 5th, his ERA is a 5.24.
That's crazy.
That's pretty bad.
That's crazy.
I think something's going on there.
So let me ask you a question.
Clearly.
Even if he holds this line and finishes with a sub-3 ERA, 250 strikeouts, somewhere in that range, wins 15-plus games, do you think the writers kind of write him off a little bit?
They're not going to give it to him.
Yeah?
They won't give it to him.
You know what's interesting, too? We talked about Aroldis Chapman a little while ago, and he's not really one you would have considered a Cy Young candidate. He would have been this year if he did what he normally does. Mm-hmm. But same thing. He's had 4 outings with multiple runs given up since that same date, June 3rd.
His ERA is like over 11 or something.
Yeah,
in the last 15 outings.
He's been blow-up city,
terrible.
man, and we all have him in TGFBI, and if those would have all been saves, and he would have, it's worth about 7 points to me.
Look at the Angels game. I mean, they gave up 7 runs in the 9th inning. I went to sleep in the 8th thinking, it's over.
Yep. And he gives up a grand slam to a lefty.
Yeah. Pete Alonso hits a blast off of him.
Right. So I'm really curious, though, because I really, even if he has a great year, I think just the fact that Cole laid an egg this month that the writers won't give him the award. It's that whole you cheated thing. It just looks like it.
Yeah, it's like the Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens situation.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a thing. Andy, what's your pick? You going chalk with Lance Lynn?
Absolutely. I hope you put money on him like you said you would in the
I
beginning
should
of the year.
have, man. I don't think I did. I'll have to look back. I don't think I did. And it looked like a loser for a while because Lynn, I think he's been on the DL twice.
He's
Wow.
got
Yes, but short term though.
105 Ks in 90 innings, 9 wins. It just everything is great.
Right. He's carrying my 30-team dynasty league. He's carrying me. I lost Glasnow in that league, so that's why I was doing well. But I traded Glasnow for Adolis Garcia and some other stuff, so it actually has worked out for me. But Lance Lynn's my anchor. Couple other guys. Would you consider Carlos Rodon?
He's a good story. It's a good
Through the
story.
no-hitter,
He's up there.
7 wins. What do you
He's
think?
up there. You got to consider him at this point. I mean,
2.3
it could be a mirage, but he's
ERA.
there. He's there.
More strikeouts than Lance Lynn.
Did anyone see him pitch last night?
maybe-
Anyone see him pitch last night?
No, I did not.
So I was watching on MLB Network, and the last pitch of the game for him, it was like in the 7th inning. He threw 101 miles an hour, and before the guy swung, he was pounding his chest like he struck him out. It was phenomenal. The guy was fired up. It's like he drank 3 Red Bulls. I love him. He just has intensity. It was awesome. I like the story. Basically, he was a fat bastard, and he was basically going to get no contract. And his wife made him lose all this weight and go back to the White Sox and try it. Now he's going to make some big money now. So
Nice.
happy for him.
Nice. I got a dark horse for you. Obviously, I'm a little heartbroken about Aaron Savale. That was a guy I was all in. He was leading the league in wins, but he's out for a while, so he's not going to be in the conversation. And this is a guy, my dark horse, that all of us have owned at some point this year in our Skidoo League. We traded him through the 3 of us. And I don't know if any of us have him now. Chris Bassett.
Yeah.
3.4 ERA, 9 wins, 115 strikeouts. Oakland was always a fun team to pick because they're always in it. I think he's a dark horse, man. If you're going to bet on somebody, I'd bet on Chris Bassett now. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be close to 10-1.
Jeff, does Nick look like he's sleeping? He does. He does look like he's sleeping, dude. I'm telling you, man.
He's just mad because I traded him. I don't even remember who it was. I think Ryan McMahon was in the trade, so it'll be okay. But I traded him, and he gave me Chris Bassett and Tyler Mahle back preseason. And it was like a small trade when we were kind of, nobody wants these guys. I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yep.
All right, Andy, what's that, Nick?
That's why I'm looking at football right now.
Yep.
All right.
Andy, anything else about baseball before I ask you about your throwback player of the week?
I got another thing I threw out there this week, and if anyone didn't see, I would say jump on it. But for some people who are struggling like Chapman and you need saves, there's a guy in Miami that has been amazing, Anthony Bender. He's got like a 0.6 ERA, a 0.7 WHIP, more in strikeout, and then he got his first save the other night. His stuff is ridiculous. He is behind Yimi Garcia, who's a free agent and should be traded within the next month. This guy's going to be closing for the last couple months for the Marlins. And, they're a little pesky team, so you might get some, 8 to 12 saves in the last 3 months. I would definitely jump on him.
Nice. That's a good bullpen because I really like Dylan Floro too, man. That's really good, man. I like how that winds up. Obviously, I do not like how the Phillies bullpen winds up. So. All right, tell me about your throwback player of the week, man.
All right, this is what the throwback is going to be about this week. All right, I'm going to tell you all the stats. All right, Nick, obviously it happened before 2010, so I'm not sure you'll know about him. You should, though. You will. I'm going to give you a couple tidbits, and we'll see who can figure him out first. Okay, so this guy was in the World Series at the age of 20, hit 4 home runs in the World Series and league championship game, and won the World Series at the age of 20. He has 4 batting titles, 2,900 plus hits, 494 home runs, 2 MVPs, a career 311 hitter. I bought his jersey the first year he was in the World Series, and
I know who it is
because I think you bought the jersey for me.
I bought the jersey, and then next year he changed his number.
Nick, who is it?
It's on the tip of my
He's
tongue.
still active.
He's still active.
It's the tip of my tongue. Who is it?
Miguel Cabrera.
There you go, Miggy.
Yeah. We got his jersey.
He was a 101 at one point, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
he was a heavy consideration.
So what we did, obviously Jeff was a smarter one. We decided to exchange Christmas gifts that year. So he bought me a Miguel Cabrera jersey with the World Series patch, and then he changed his number the next year. I got him, I think, a Pete Rose or Mike Schmidt throwback or something, and yeah. They're not going to change
Schmidt because I don't have a Pete Rose. If anybody would like to purchase a Pete Rose throwback, it is definitely on my wish list.
All right, you hear all that in the chat, guys. You know what he likes. He's an extra large.
I'm almost a large, man. I'm down 20 pounds in a month. So
awesome, man.
We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, you guys got anything else intelligent you want to say before we get the hell out of here?
Yes.
And Nick goes in. I mean, Nick gave up on us. He's been grinding this freaking next pick for the last 10 minutes anyway.
You don't have to worry about it.
I have, just to show you how crazy I am right now, I have papers of just cheat sheets, my ADP sheets. I have everything going. It's nuts.
You're the millennial. You don't have one of these?
I do.
Yeah.
I like writing stuff down.
So July 11th, very, very big day for us and some of our boys. It's the baseball draft. Obviously, it's July 11th. And also, it's the futures game. So you get to watch these guys perform at a high level right before they
Jason Dominguez.
The alien. So
he is there. The Martian. The Martian.
Yeah, I actually taped that game and watched it a couple of times. My wife makes fun of me why I'm watching the same game multiple times, but I just like to watch approaches and at bats and everything. But most of the time, it's the pitchers just trying to throw out their arm, throw 101 miles an hour, 104 if you're Nate Pearson, and Pete Alonso will hit those homers. So yeah, it's a big weekend for us. Obviously, the draft is huge. We're really into it. Down the line, our boy from RotoWire, James Anderson, is going to be coming on to discuss the draft and some other minor leaguers as well. So stay tuned for that.
Nice. So our next episode is actually going to be a little bit of a beast because we're gonna have Scott Fishbowl over with, right? We're going to have the baseball futures game and the draft in our pocket. So we're going to be talking about that too. So we're going to be going on and on and on and on. I'm actually looking, if anybody's listening right now and they're interested, I got a couple people lined up already. I want to bring some people on and just pop in with us and talk about their teams the way that we talked about our teams earlier, but the complete product. And we'll break it down for them to the best of our ability. So if anybody out there is interested in that, hit me up on my DMs. At JTrella20, and I'll definitely put you on the list. But I got a couple people already, so we're going to do that at the top of the show next week. So it's not just us talking about our teams again, and we'll bring some other people in. Don't care if you're an analyst, a fan. I don't care if you're Scott Fish yourself. Whoever it is, male, female, from Europe, whatever. Bring it on, man. If you want to come on and talk about your team, come get us. All right.
Some guys from the tribe are definitely going to be here. So
awesome. I like that. Yeah, and that'd be great if we could have a couple of people from our own leagues in there once it's over with, or at least it should be. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some leagues that won't be done 7 days from now, but be pretty close, right? And I'll be on the eve of my vacation at that point, I think. Or no, it's the weekend. I don't know.
Something like that.
I'm going away someday, man. We'll see. I don't know if it's next week or the week after, something like that. I just show up. All right, that's all I got for today. It's been the Stack Attack Fantasy Podcast. It's been a blast. You guys have been awesome. Had a lot of fun today. He's at NMimi. This is at AMAC22NJ. I'm at JTrella20, and we're going to get the hell out of here. Trevor, thanks for all you do. Peace be with you. Good night, guys.